Firstly, I would like to introduce something we have like usual for our summer camp before, but we really missed those camps. Like kids are so cute, and they did a lot. Like this is for the grade 5 students. They're prepared for second entry exam, but during the short time every week they have only like 1.5 an hour, but they make a good performance during the show. You know, this is also from South Shore. This is from Salaha, and we got some students a really good, excellent result for the mathematics concours exam, and we had always include almost all the winner from our school for the concours literature français. Yeah, that's a student. So we go quickly a little bit because I know everybody is so busy. So education in Quebec is like, I think is quite special, and everybody knows about it. We go very quickly, and we're just proud to be a Quebecois, because the investment in the education system is the most in the country, and Canada also we invest a lot compared to the other country. So that's a great. And for here is the second one, 2 for primary. It's now like government starting from 2 years ago, they want the 4 years kids to go to school, but this is a like good like plan, but it's not a reality. It's not easy to get it because the problem is like we don't have enough education sources. Now I know many students they take 1 hour's travel to go to the schools, especially like welcomes. So you want to hold like all this 4 years old student, the kids to be a student is really not so easy. But our government, they want to do it. So we hope finally one day we could do it. But now majority they started school is 5 years old, and now we have students from different years in the primary, and the grade 5 students this year is like in the emergency time, because they will do the in the fall they will do second entry exam. But how is the situation now? I want to share my opinion. I worked in this field education 17 years in Montreal, so I have some ideas. And now it's come to secondary, but after secondary 1 or 2 years, they will divide to some students go further, some students will go to other side. That means after 2 years studying secondary, some of them continue to study, and when they finish, they will get a degree. And secondary 1 and 2, if they are not so good, they will go for training and go to the job market. And even the second 3, 4, 5, they also get a chance. If they cannot finish their school properly, then they will job and make some training if they can, and then they go to the job market. But those who finished is around 75 to 80%. The whole province of Quebec is around 75% of total student can come to this stage, and 80% in Montreal. So Montreal is a more like student can be graduated. So then they go to the further, go to like CGIP, go to the university. There's a lot of issues we cannot talk today. And we have like primary there's 6 years. Before the grade 1, there was a kindergarten, but after grade 1 to grade 6, this is primary, and this is 3 cycle. So usually just remember that the first year in the cycle is studied new knowledge, and the second year is more review and consolidate the first year's knowledge. So if you know that, you will know the system much easy. And if you want something special, if you understand this rule, that will help a lot. And also, I can say in the primary, they learn very little. So don't worry too much for the education in primary. And some parents say, okay, I should send them to the private school, or no, that's not so critical. But secondary, maybe it's critical, because secondary is a very special time. Secondary, usually two cycles for the secondary. The first period is for 3 years, and the second period is for 2 years, like secondary 4 and secondary 5. And so that's the secondary, but secondary is a critical time because the kids are in the teenage. Teenage, the first thing, they are growing up. The second, they're not following the parents. The third, they are impacted by their friends instead of the parents. So that time, who is a friend? And also they even, sometimes the parents may be not so easy to communicate, but for the school and for the teachers, maybe a little bit easy. So who is their classmates, who is their teachers are very important for this period. So that's for secondary. For the secondary, the two second period, secondary 4 and 5, now I got some question from the parents. Secondary 4, they have mathematics and science as a provincial exam, and secondary 5, they have English and French as a first or second language to be the provincial exam, which is a standard exam and which is counted. And but for the CGIP, when they choose a student, they will evaluate all the subjects. So in that case, so which school also is very important for the future study, but this is also beyond our main talk today. So like education is a major investment for our future. So that's why you are pay more attention for the education. And now this is quite simple to see, like for primary, kindergarten, pre-kindergarten, kindergarten, this is 4 years, this is 5 years. This is like grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But now we make it red is because usually like before 2010, many schools only need grade 5 bulletin. But now they want around 10 years, they want grade 4, many schools, but not all. Grade 6, some schools still wanted because like Notre Dame, the Sacred Girl, they wanted to see the student whether is good after grade 5, but not necessarily if the students drop a little bit, they will help them, but instead of to dismiss them. A secondary 4, that's said secondary, that I mentioned secondary 4, secondary 5 is important because this 2 years bulletin will decide by the evaluation of the CGIP, because CGIP, they don't have special exam. And the university choose student from the CGIP, also no exam. They will see the R score from the CGIP 2 years. And then the job market and the society will choose the people who is able to, like they have a good EQ, good IQ, and different specialists. Then they will go to the job market, and they get their own achievement, and they make their contributions. Okay, so usually we can say, usually the education higher, then you got like achievement usually can be higher, and your contribution could be better. This is generally speaking, but not all, not necessary for each of. Okay, so for the entry exam, nowadays many people still, because as I said, the secondary is so important, then the good school is limited. We have 463 secondary schools in Quebec in 2019. And if you want to go to the top 10, this is only like a little bit like 460. And if you want to go to the top 10 or top 20, that means it's a limited space. So the student takes a challenge. The open house is late September, and in the late area October. So don't worry too much. But this year there is some change. Like there was a Jared and Laval International. They do it every year. Before is like first week of June, first weekend. But this year, Jared already written in the website they were postponed to the when they don't know, and they said the exam will be in October, but which day they don't know. I will talk about this one a little bit later too. We have the update for that. Let me check. So one day maybe you can check the time. I think we can go to go to this one, and we have the all the information here. So for grade 5, second 5, yeah, some program info. Okay, I have, yeah, open house and the exam date, which we updated last time is in May 22, like a few days last week. And we have, I don't know why. Okay, so that's one. We should make a change because this one cost like we don't have the connection. So from here we always update like the genre they decide to postpone and they will make the exam in October, but which day they don't know. So and those are something like everybody wanted, so you can just have a look. We added new information like school hours because some students want to know, okay, when is the first class? Some like 8 o'clock, some are 9:30. So you have enough time to traveling. That is a good information for some families. And we have the gentlemen in South Shore, they already decided starting from September to October, they will, to the end of October, they will have the registration and they will have the exam in September like usual. So it's not a surprise, that's the usual what they do. But I saw some institutions said, oh, they said it's like it changed a lot. No, gentlemen, already many years they do like this as usual, and we have Notre Dame Sacré-Cœur. I think we have the South Shore. We have another school is called Dieu-Rocher College Dieu-Rocher Saint Lambert. This school they decide because before they have their exam is based on the evaluated student is based on 70% on the bulletin, and this year said okay 100% on bulletin, so they withdraw the exam. But how they do it, we will still see. But like Notre Dame Sacré-Cœur, they already decided the registration time and open house time and exam times. But whether they make change, we will see. Okay, so but generally say we will see. I would like to say for them, I think like in January, because secondary school they still need to make a good evaluation on the students because this is very important for them. You know, parents are very sensitive for the rank. So if there is some, if the school rank goes down, this is bad for the school. So they still want to keep them in the good rank. In that case, that means they need to choose a good student to their school. That's very, very important for them. So So oh, it works now. Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, now for the exams, it will be later September, like now continuing. In September, there is some schools before was like Saint-Anne-de-la-Chine in September, and like Jean-de-la-Mannais in September, because before was like Jean-de-la-Mannais in South Shore, always conflict with the international school. So they just, okay, you are in October, I moved to September. This is already many years. And some schools, they stick in the October, like Jean de Brebeuf, Jean Eudes, Notre Dame de Sacré-Cœur, Villa Maria, Pension Sonona-Marie, Regina de Sampta. So they will do like this. And the registration usually is like, for the registration, you accept the exam, accept the school, then you, like after exam, 1 or 2 weeks, you will make a registration. And there is an English placement test. The test itself for second entry exam is mainly in French, math, and logic. Logic means they test the subject is the study ability. Actually, it tests the student's IQ, and we say it's a logic. And culture general, we have left only 3 schools, like 2 in South Shore, 1 is in Brossard, 1 is in the McMasterville, and also St. Louis. These 3 schools, they still have tested the culture general, but other schools no more, private or public. The main problem in secondary is still French. I can tell you, like, we have a excellent student go to the excellent schools, but when they apply for the CGIP, they come to me and show me the bulletin. I can say that the mathematics got like 95, 98, science, okay, good also. But for the French, they got like only maybe 78 or like 80% is not so easy. For the logic test, or someone asking, okay, yeah, Stella, you take it, then we will answer together. I have some, you can keep writing your questions, or you can even, you can use the mic to ask the questions we discuss after. Okay. And as for second entry exam, also after, if you miss the second entry exam, then you can try. But this year, like Jean de Brebeuf already announced, no any space for the student who joined them in secondary 2 to secondary 5. But normally they have sometimes they have a chance. But Young Eudes also, this is quite special. We want to, I don't want to talk too much. So I said that the secondary school education is the key for the connection for the past to you know, is a very key stage for the student. So we should be careful as the parents, because that's your duty, especially for the kids before they come to mature, like 18 years old. Parents still have the duty to help them somewhere, somehow. Okay, like the school rank, we will go quickly. Starting from 1998, we have the first school rank. That time, actually the Charlemagne in the College Charlemagne in West Island is the first one. The second one is Jean de Brebeuf, the first year. But a few years like 2009 and 2011 to 13, they didn't do because there is too many different voices about the school ranking. Because for the educators, they say, no, it's no good, because I want to spend not only academy, I want my student to be good and strong, and I want to spend school time for them in the other side, like EQ, you know? So like they can do a very good sport or arts, but because school rank is only based on academy. So in that case, some schools say, okay, I cut some like arts or sports, I put more like in the academy, emphasize more. That's why this is no good. So in somehow they have a lot of conflict, and they have the different opinion. But nowadays we are still doing like starting from 2014. There is no break. Every year still there is a school rank, because this is still a good references, and especially for the when we don't have enough information, this is also a good reference. Okay, so the school rank, like in the 2018, majority for the first 100, because it's around 400 to 500 secondary schools. First 100 is like located more than 8 schools is in French, and public nowadays more and more, but private and public in French. English is relatively less, like 20, 16, but here like 84. But public is going up because school boards, the Ministry of Education, they put a lot of effort in the education, and they create some new international schools. And in the many schools like St. Luc, like John Mans, they add some international programs in some classes. So they want to promote their quality of education, and it works. So how to choose a school? I think this is a two area for us, but I go quickly, and I emphasize with your kids that is very important, because we want to give the kids some idea to merge them in, because this is for their life, not yours. This is for their school, not yours as a parent, right? So the kids also should have some they can contribute to their own idea, and they can make the decision. Usually that's what I practiced. Nowadays, all the school, they want the good student. So they have different way, like Yang'er now, the is majority years is 24 hours they announce the result. But now years Yang'er to do it too, 24 hours. And they send the email immediately also. And like international, before they say, okay, whether you come or no, I don't care. But now they call you, hey, I'm free, come to my school. And we are also in a good rank, and we have no tuition fee. So it's good for you, right? You can have some like outing dinner, okay? So, and like Maria also, they add the boys before this girls' school, but now they are mixed school. Chandalamani, I mentioned like before. Chandalamani, before they have the conflict to choose a student in the same day, many years with the international school. So now okay, you are in October, I'm going to the September. I don't care, no more conflict. So the purpose is like, I want to get the good student to enroll in my school. And the bulletin I said is already more and more useful. Sandana Lashin said I'm 90% based on the bulletin, but still majority of the school count on their exam also a lot. They take like 30% or 40% or even less in the bulletin, and based on the exam more. Okay, now the pre-acceptance this year, like 2016, there is Regina Sampta. There is a Saint Sacrament in Laval and North Dame de l'Aude in South Shore. And in 2018, there's Pension Salon-de-Marie in Montreal. They pre-select a student and register the student by the bulletin only. And it looks like very Maria starting from last year, they also do something like this. And nowadays, many families choose good schools because they know the education is a very good major and a good investment. Okay, so so usually like how to choose a school. What you should think about when you want to choose a school. The first is study ability and the strengths of your kids. So like elite student. In the summer, we say 2,000 20 summer camp, grade 5, and in Shalawa, or now this year we should be together. We have the report, we have many simulated exams, and we have the result. So we will say how strong it is. Last time I think I showed, I can still maybe show you. Do it quickly. Like last year, we have the summer camp, and we have analyzed. I just show you one, like. Okay, like this is the score, which is like from the summer. So this is like the exam, one of the exam. At the very beginning, you see, this is mathematics as a 100. We have many students got like less than 50%. We got 52. This means very difficult for the kids. But later on, they will be better and better. You see, those are different tests, like the French, logic, mathematics. We have the document to teach them in the weekend and also in the summer camp. And they make a lot of practice because they need it. So this is a different test. And we also have the statistics. And we will see the students are going up like less than 50%. Now is only 10%. But is like only 6.8%, not like before was like 52%. So students at the later, they will be much stronger and got like better result. You see, like math, we have only 60.7 less than 50%. So that's they got many of majority of them get stronger in the summer. So that's each of the student their scores. So that's the in total, generally speaking. Okay. Okay, and the school's character and the school spirit, that's also is very important. And the preference of the student, the kids, and their expertise also is very important. Now, where the strength goes also is very important for them, and the location. Money, yeah, is an issue, but not so big issue for majority of the families. Okay. So the fee, usually now the private secondary school, the tuition fee is around 4,000, and you can pay in different installments. Some are in 10, some are maybe 5. And you nowadays always use an iPad, so it's a similar cost. No, the books and the uniform is similar, so all the others are similar. Main difference is here, tuition fee for the public. But like international school, they cost only 300 because IB test, they collect money. The rest is similar because transportation is the same, like lunch, almost the same, activity, and the long trip, public or private, they go. As long as you want to go, they will organize and you can join them. Like for example, how much it costs, like for the original semester for the year before, the school year, it costs you like tuition fee is around 4,000, registration fee and a donation, which is tax returnable. And study material and others. And it's uniform. If you want to, like from Laval, you need to pay the transportation, something like this. Okay, and also this is just to give you some idea, like the money, also the important money is money. Like for this English school, one of the best, now is the rank even higher, like around 20, Royal West Academy, and this is Jamsling. So the family income is around 90,000, and the student graduation is 100%, and the provincial exam also is like 85. But if this is a family average income is 30,000, graduation rate is 30%, and this is the score they got from the provincial exams. So that's why you need to choose the schools, because if you're located in this group, your kids might have some trouble, and this group you might get some help, but not necessarily fixed or sure. But this is just statistics. Different family, different students still have some excellent result, even in the low rank schools. IB program, I don't want to say too much, is like, now special case for the culture general culture is like St. Louis International South Shore, which is in McMasterville, and Lucerne Tastel, which is Barossa. And Barossa, we cannot say too detail. Barossa, they have some located 8 classes, and they give some in the different area, like Longueuil, 1 class, Greenfield Park and St. Gilbert is 1 class, and Barossa is 4 classes. And some schools make the dictate, and those schools still make the dictate. Especially for Regina, is very important, because after dictation, you should write a story. For the writing is based on your dictation. So, but dictation is mainly based on your ability of the grammar, because so if your grammar is strong, usually your dictation won't be too much problem. And still have some schools have the English placement test, but which is this is only for the placement test. They don't count it for the evaluation for acceptance of the school, of the student. Okay. Like this figure in the end of the August, we will do it. But now we have only 4 schools have the exam information. Majority, they don't have yet. Usually they come up with the other information like around 90%. It's at the end of August. Some even like end of August, they don't have the exact information too. So that's something we would like to talk. And now I would like to switch to the how we help the kids. I want to say something, because now, especially the kids are at home. Some school now is good. They already have the they have the online course recently, but it's already like for 2 months they don't have school, and the summer they don't have. So what we can do as a parent, how can you help them? It's still, you can do a lot, and the kids can enjoy the time. Mainly, I encourage students to read the books and write the resume. So this is important. And so that's also, this is our practice. Now our students now in the weekend class, and even the summer, we will do something special for that one. And I will explain after. But as a parent, what you do, I can tell you how can be a good student. Like firstly, you see, it's if they can get the encouragement from the parents, that is very important. And they have a good friends and who is like to learn. So that is normal. Many families, they don't give them a lot of enough encouragement. That is not good. And you can see the student in my school, they are, I sometimes I say, oh no, this one you're not allowed, this one, this is discipline. But in general, we have a lot of encouragement, especially in the summer. So they will motivated to study, and they will feel happy to study. So study is not a burden, not a duty, not a job. Study is like funny. It is like enjoyable. So how can you do it? That is very important. And the kids feel differently if you treat it and do it differently. And the others are really easy, like doing homework properly and join the class on time, you know, and prepare the exam, you know, so well prepared for the exams. Those are easy to get, but the first is very important. That is for the 2000 high school students, this means secondary school students of the United States. They got excellence in the national level, and they choose those items to say, because of that or because of that, I got succeed. So you will see the first thing they got succeed is encouragement from the parents. So different students, they have different hobby, so that is very important. Some families say, okay, my student already sent it to go to school, everything should be good. No, not necessary. That's why some student score is 90%, some maybe 70%, 60%. That's the difference. It comes from the attitude and the hobby and the way they do the study. So if you only take the class and even don't do the homework, that's no good. And you take the class, do the homework, and review what you study, it's not too bad. But if you want to further more good, you should read more books, especially for the language class. And if you want to have a good writing ability, you should write the resume. So that's what the elite college emphasizes a lot. And if you come to this stage, you can pre-study the document before the class. You could be the excellent. So it's important. For the homework, I wrote something too here, and the vocabulary is like decided how is your level of your language. So vocabulary is very important. Vocabulary for the beginners of the language study is sometimes like some country, some nationality, they memorize, but for majority here, they read a lot of books and accumulate the vocabularies. Conjugation, like now grade 5, grade 4, you should try to understand, because 50% of the grammar test is conjugation. Okay, the parents' rule, that's what I want to share with you. Parents' rule, some parents say, oh, I want to be a teacher. I sometimes they say, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know French too much. I cannot help my kids. I feel sorry. And some parents told me, okay, I took the course, and I learned French, then I come to teach the kids. I said, no. That's not a good way. The good way is you do the parents' rule, don't do the teacher's rule. Because if you want to share, you have a job and you want to service your family, then the third rule, you want to be a teacher of your kids. Usually you have no good way to help the kids. And sometimes you really damage your kids in that way. This is very, very possible. So I don't want the parent to teach, but I want the parent to do their good rule, which like we said something here, let them do the homework properly, give them a good guidance, that is important. But if you want to be teach them, you don't know how to, the teaching methodology you don't know. So, and you sometimes short-tempered. You're always critical of your kids. Okay, I already told you this is the fourth time. This is third time I told you again. How can you be so foolish? And you forget again. That's your father or mother of the kids. But if the teacher say, oh yeah, I know you forget again, but it's reasonable, you are the kids. That's why you come to school, okay? So they feel more like tolerant, they more understand, and the kids can get to gradually progress. But if you're always critical, you see, you are in the different direction of this rule. So how can the kids get progressed? Because you're always critical then and punish them sometimes. That is really no good. So now, this is the basic rules, and also we have other rules. And for the summer, especially for grade 5, you try to make this one. I have the French version, English version, this is the English version, and the Chinese version. So you can read it if you like. So I don't talk detail here. And this tips, third tips is read the book every week and write a resume of the book. And now we are doing the further storytelling. I will talk after. And regarding the conjugation, how to learn the grammar, study grammar well. That is very, very useful because for my 17 years, I wrote it only for 2 or 3 pages. I think you might have time to read it through. Starting from 2011, I published my first version. Then I reversed and reversed again and again. So I hope it helps. Now I come to the third. Now we already 45 minutes. Okay. Maybe we can answer questions together because that will be maybe help to save the time. So for the summer camp, you can go to our website elitecollege.ca. Then you will get to the summer camp page. And we have starting from June 22 to August 21 and 9 weeks. And we will have the summer camp. But this year, this is our 17th summer camp. So, but this is really special 17 because previous are almost similar, but for the 17 years is really special. How we do it? Okay, we will do it virtually online summer camp. Some parents ask me whether we will do it in person. At like 10 days ago, we all even write it in, possibly we try to do some in-person camp. But now the reality is our summer camp is a lot of study. It's not like other camps of the government. City Hall, they have sports, swimming. If they can, have 2 meters away, maybe still possible. For the other activities in the field, it will be more possible. The possibility is better. But sorry, I will call you back. I'm now in the lecture in the online. Thank you so much. So that's why we are now still concentrate more on the online summer camp. Okay, so this is something like very brief introduction if you have time to read, to see it, but I cannot play it. If I play it, and when we share, the result is too bad if I share a screen for the video. So the school will open only in September. Now it's decided. But now this is like for in-person. Nowadays they open some online course, but it's how long? It's like less than 1 month. So in that case, many of our students, our kids lack of the study. What we should do? They said, okay, they will use the stage 1, stage 2 to give you give you the report. It's okay, but the knowledge itself, how can we help the kids? They already missed a lot. Very fortunate, elite student in March, we moved the classes to the online. They at least continue to learn, and some of the private schools, they did it, but they are in the different way, not like so interactive as a elite college. They just like some private school in South Shore, I know, like Charlemagne, they assign some homework and you do it at home, no teacher talking with you, interactively taught to you. And some private school even, they don't have anything. Nowadays, it's great. The commission scolaire, the school board, they give some courses to the student. That's very good, but still already missed more than 2 months. So that's why we think it's good for the summer, we can catch up something. So that's why we want to offer some study summer camp. And how we, like, especially also another issue is we are lacking of the socialization at home. That is something, you know, like my my neighbors, I find some kids, they get together and they play. That's very good, but they limited very few kids. And also in the summer, now is a good time, but even it's already hot. But summertime before the 4 o'clock is really hot. How can they always stay outside? It's almost impossible, too hot. So in the daytime and they are at home, so I think we will give some something for them for socialization. Like if they are in the class and they can, like a small community, they can do something, which we really tried some prototype. And tomorrow night, we will have the third prototype for the how to make a good socialization. Okay, one of the prototype, what we will do is, I mentioned a lot today in this session. I said we want the student to read more books and write resume. But now further, and this is a special time because in the in-person or on-site camp, we for the activity time, because the kids is their summer camp, their summer vacation. You cannot like give them only study. You should give them some activity time. We go to swimming or go something, but now it's not real. We cannot. So in that case, what we do, actually we create a new program which we call storytelling, and it's really successful. I can show you a little bit. Like this is for score ranking. I think where I put it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is it's, oh, today is good. Maybe you can have a look. I'm not so sure you can see it clearly. The idea is, I was thinking how we can offer some good program for the kids and steering the screen less, because it's harmful for the student and for the teachers too to always stay on the screen. It's really hard, and also it's no good for the health and the students' eyes. So we should do something. So that's the one thing we tried 2 times already. Tomorrow we will try another time, and we have 3 more times prototype, and we will do it. I think the summer we will do a perfect job because we have a lot of experience at that time. Now already we know, and students are really happy because some parents told me, hey, principal, could you offer some classes? My kids don't like talking the, don't like, can you share this? Can you see the screen, Stella?
No, we can't. Could you click new share? Maybe?
I didn't make anything, new share, okay. Okay, I come to this one. Is it okay now?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe because I changed a little bit. So
enough.
then we want them, firstly, I initialized this idea because we usually to correct the resume from the student, and we mark it in our computer. But now online course is difficult. So I check it like class by class. Let's just randomly check the student because I cannot use so much time for the class time. So I ask them, okay, you show me your resume. If they don't do it, you will get a punishment, because I tell them before. But now we have a good way to help them to like emphasize this is it's a homework from the principal, and you should read and write resume. But also we have some parents come to me to say, okay, my kids don't like talk in the class, don't like talk in the public. And this is very important for them in the future, even career. When they do in the job market, they need to have the ability. Do we have some course? Could you come offer some course to my kids? So I said, okay, we try, but I find the kids already have too many courses in the weekend. How can you give them so much? They're still kids. Kids like kids, they have a free playtime. So I said, okay, I already prepared. I find a teacher and write the plan, but I didn't offer. But now I think it's a good time in the summer, because that's why we tried the read, write, tell a story workshop. And the first time was so successful. The video you saw is the first time we did it. And the kids was so happy. They really proud of themselves because they can make a good presentation. And actually, the teachers and even including me give them a lot of courage. And also, they feel happy because this is a small community, and they know the other kids. So, okay, oh, I can listen to my friends to make the presentation. That's a really good experience for them. And also, the second prototype of the storytelling, in the same day, we registered full for the third one. So that means kids are really motivated to join it. So I think in the summer, we will do it starting from grade 3, grade 4, even grade 5, and up, all the classes. Like for the grade 3, 4, and grade 6, second 1, 2, 3, they will have French storytelling time and English storytelling time, because they have the English class and the French class. And the storytelling time is not like a really class. So kids are more relaxed, and they not so feel hard, and they like play with the classmates. So they feel really like socialization. Oh, hey, Andy, you read this book. Tell me what's the story. Okay, okay, Andy, this is Matthew. I read a storybook, and this is so funny. And I can share my idea with you. This is really like we talk. And this is also for them, for a good ability for make a good presentation. As from my experience, the student who has some time, maybe 3-4 times presentation, they will be more confident, and they can do better. So that's why we will do it in the summer as an activity, but for them as a socialization. Okay, how about online course? Online course, we already did a lot. And we started from March, so we have enough experience, don't worry. And it will be better and better. And we still keep our own style of elite college. We do things seriously, and we offer whatever we feel the offer is the best. So you can see some of the classes like French class, math class, English class. You can have some brief idea how the class is, and the parents' feedback a little bit. Actually, we really got some parents say they really appreciate the elite college, because when the kids have nothing to do, we offer a professional online course for the kids. They feel so happy. So I really feel, even, it's really tight. Everything is new for our school, it's new for me. somehow new for the teachers and for the students, but now everything looks like doing very well. Teaching staff and technical support, we give a lot of training and experience exchange, so they get better and better courses. And if really no good ones, I already let them out. So now we have the teachers good experience in the platform of online, and they are doing a good job. I really appreciate. And the number of the students of the class, we will now, some of you joined our weekend class. We, especially for the March, started in March, we have more students in one class. That's, they have no choice, because that time, many teachers are not ready to teach. And like today, yesterday, we changed a class, and now we cannot split it. We cannot change the class in the middle. It's really difficult, because kids say, oh no, I want the older class. I want the old teacher. Even another teacher, the new teacher is very good. So this is my 17 years experience. I know that. But in the summer, we will keep a prop number as usual of elite college, what we have. And a different grade, like kindergarten, we will have less student, but we will keep it in the regional like around 20 students, but like for the kindergarten, it might be 10 students, you know, so it's different situation we will, but as usual, our summer camp, that we know that it's good. And okay, how can we, because now many parents are worried about the screen. So we combine the online class, which we really need to still see the screen, but we try to have some activities with screen-free or less screen activities, like storytelling. We're not necessary to still steering the screen. So don't worry too much. We are really take care already and have many think about different situation, and we make a good program. So in the summer, we will have like 1 hour and 15 minutes for study, and we have 30 minutes break. Then we have 1 hour and 15 minutes for the primary, we might be activity or academic classes. Then we have lunch. Then we have academic class. If like I will explain here how many hours for the student, different grades to have the academic class and activities. So then we have a 30 minutes break and 1 hour. So it won't be too much, but in many cases, the student, the one day only have 2 hours and 30 minutes study. So others are like easy. We say study, but they are not so. It's more like make fun, like storytelling time. So we have academy studies like French, math, and English. We offer, and we possibly add some Chinese culture, but not necessarily. We are still thinking about it, and for the different class, where the possibility. For those who don't speak Chinese, we will have a different activity, maybe the other language or something like this. So they have the storytelling, which is really successful. We will continue to do it, either in English and in French for different grades. And we do some DIU program, visual arts, music, dance. This sometimes possibly the parents with kids together, if follow the teacher. Coloring for the primary kids, and a student, this is like more like student storytelling. This is a teacher to give you story, tell you the story. This is a student tell you the story, tell the story to the classmates. That's different. And this is more like presentation. And this is a parent and a kids activity. If we can, the prototype is successful, we will do it. So now we come to the special different age of kids. Like for the kindergarten, we have only 1 hour class each day because they are too young, 4 years or 5 years old. And we have this class now every day in the weekday. And the summer we will continue. And we had a very, very good teacher. That's why the majority of the kids will continue because they know the teacher is good. Some of the kids, they are designed to have the class because they have a very good time with the teacher and with the classmates, the little kids. For the grade 1 to 4, we have pre-study the next year French and Math and English. But English we will classify it by level, so it will be much better. And we have 2.5 hours for study per day. And 2.5 hours because we have a break. So after break, except the breaks, we had 2.5 hours for the varied activities like socialization, something like this, which will use less computer. You know, as we will use as few computer as possible. So for the grade 5, they have also 2.5 hour study, and another 2.5 for each day is mainly for the practice exam on the paper, which we need to steer a screen, and for the other social activities like storytelling. You know, the prototype is done by the grade 5. They are so happy. You know, grade 5, they also, like at the very beginning, you see the dancing I showed in the PowerPoint is like grade 5. They are really good students, but now we cannot like have dancing together in the classroom, but now we can do something online. And they will have the preparation of the second entry exam. And we have many classes for this level. So they will have different, each class has a different schedule. And we will give them like before the summer camp. So you can have some information for how the preparation of the second entry exam, and you can have what's the achievement of our previous student, how they did, like, and you have the name list here. This is really good, like for the admitted by Montreal top schools. You can see 2018, how many students, which student was accepted. So this is really a good finger and good, excellent achievement. I can tell you almost 100% students can go to the good schools. Even if they have some problem, as a director, I will help them until they find a good school. For the secondary, they have another program at the end of August before the exam. That is another program for grade 5. Now another big category is grade 5 to secondary, until secondary 3, because secondary 3 is like secondary 4. I said it before. It's preparing it's like very, very important for the CGIP, you know. So apply the CGIP, you should have a good score in secondary 4. So as a secondary 3 student, you should pre-study for the secondary 4, French and Math and English. So that's it. And English also is classified by level. And grade 6, they will pre-study for secondary 1. So it's the same thing, always like pre-study, not preview. Yeah, pre-study for the courses for the next school year. So they have usually each morning have 2.5 hour study, but they have more study for this group because it's difficult for us to offer some activities for them. They are now come to the teenage. Everybody have their own opinion, so we should respect them. So they have 2 more afternoon for study and 3 afternoon for the more social, which like maybe one afternoon for French storytelling one afternoon for English storytelling, that is quite is full, but those are more relaxed. Okay, now this under is more like for the secondary entry exam, grade 5 student, which is big part of our summer camp as usual. How we conduct the exams, we already have some prototype in the midterm, and we will do the final. We will still like make some try to see how is the best way to make it. But I already have some idea in mind, and we will do it in the summer. And do we still like provide some references to the student when they apply for secondary school? Yes, in the end of August. That time is a good time because we have, like I showed you in the Excel sheet, that all the students score I have more, and I know them, and actually in the summer they will progress again, you know. So like that time is more like helpful, because if you ask me now, I don't have a lot of information from them. But after summer, I have so many exam results I can tell you, because my student even now, even currently, I have a student from Toronto, I have a student from Ottawa, from Gatineau, Trois-Rivières, Quebec City, but Montreal majority. So I know that at the end of the summer, I know I usually can know the student can be accepted by which schools. So I will make a suggestion for you, and you make a decision with your kids. What happened to this year's high school exam? I already said about it, but generally, believe me, they will make somewhere, somehow to test the student, because they want their school rank, keeping the good rank. So if they don't make any test, they will get trouble later on if they had some student which is not good enough for them. So I think they will continue to do it, but in which way? I think they are still in thinking about it. So this I already presented you open house and exam time. I already showed you. Oh, this one, Madam Stella, we should do it. Don't worry, don't forget for that. I don't know, the connection is not good, but I already showed you. And we will have this kind of session in the August a lot. Be careful, this is for previous years, those information just for your references. So for this year's information is here. But here we have something like tips for the preparation exam, some suggestions to the parents. You know, those we can talk about in the fall. So I think this is my main presentation for today. I'm ready to have some questions talk to you. To answer your questions, if you have any questions. So Stella, do you have any questions for me now? Or I can ask them, you can ask them to raise the hand, and we can even talk on the phone, on the speak.
Yeah. Brady, could you see the questions in the chart?
In the chart. If you can read to me, that's the best. Let me check.
Okay.
Okay.
So one parent asked, how do you suggest we prepare for logic test and the cultural, general cultural?
Okay, for the logic test, actually logic mainly, there is 6 kind of logics. And majority of school, they test almost everything, but some schools, they test only for the graphic patterns. So that one, we already have merged into our document, because like grade 5, majority of the document is we combined by our school. So we already merged into the document. And also, if you buy it from the bookstore, usually they don't have, because this is like they tested the IQ, study ability. So they usually don't put it in the book, but we put it in the book in the math together. And in the summer too, in the summer document, we also have the logic searching in the majority of the each like each course. So that's what we will do. And for the culture general culture, we have almost 3,000 questions and answers. So now we have only South Shore to International School and St. Louis in West Island. They make the culture general test. So if my student in the summer, you want the document, we can provide free to our student, but not now. When we started the summer camp, you can send an email to us. We will provide you the documents for the question and answer. But I want to tell you that don't spend too much time on it, because mainly still the most important is the language, French and mathematics. Culture general is a very, very small portion, and even 3,000 question and answers is still maybe no one will be tested in the test. So it's just like give the student, they relax and know the answer, that's enough. But don't spend time to search on the website. Oh, where is the Eiffel Tower? Oh, you check the website and spend 1 hour to find something. That is really not so good. You just like see, oh, yeah, it's in Paris. Okay, enough. And if you adopt something, maybe parents can help, but not student, because student time still is really limited, even in the summer. Okay, thank you.
Okay, next question is, could you please send a copy of the presentation to the participants?
The presentation is on the website. Like majority of presentation, like in the Elite College website. So you can find the summer camp information. You can find the how parents help the kids. You see here, like this, you can find it from here. The principles sought. Then you can see how can parents help their kids improve and succeed in their study. Then you click the article, you will find it. So even other language version, you can find it easily too. And the summer camp too. Thank you.
Okay, next question is, French-speaking parents ask, is there any info session en français, in French?
From the website, we have a very good French website. You can go French, and you can have the details about the summer camp. So everything is in French. And if you want to see the article, you can see the penseurs du directeur. So you can find the article here. So, but moi je parle pas très bien. Okay. So you can find the article here. Comment des parents pouvaient aider les enfants. So it's here, the article is here. So you can find it's a French version. So all the information are here. But moi, excuse-moi, parce que moi, français, pas très bien. C'est difficile pour moi parler tout en français. Excuse me.
So also, you can find all the information in French for the summer camp on the website also.
Yeah, this is also here. Yeah,
a program for
like the summer camp, you can find it, which is in French. en français aussi. So, toute l'information est la même chose. De différentes langues, mais l'information est la même chose. OK? Les vidéos, ici, le corps français, corps mathématique. We try this one, okay? Corps français. Can you see properly?
Yeah,
okay.
but we cannot hear. You share the computer sound.
Where can you do it?
Click view
More?
More, yeah. The
share computer sound, okay.
S'il y a encore des questions, vous pouvez m'écrire en chat ou lever la main. Mais aussi, bien sûr, le nom s'accorde au masculin, au féminin et puis au singulier, au pluriel. Hein? Donc, on avait un exercice ici. S'il y a un mot que vous ne savez pas si c'est masculin ou féminin, vous pouvez toujours chercher dans le dictionnaire ou en ligne sur Internet. Parfois, il y a des indices. Hein? Donc, par exemple, vous pouvez regarder le déterminant ou l'adjectif. Hein? Donc, par exemple, ici, on a un déterminant qui est masculin singulier. Alors, je suis certain que le mot massif va être au masculin singulier, hein? Parce que les déterminants et les adjectifs vont toujours s'accorder.
There's different teachers teaching.
Oui. Est-ce qu'on peut continuer? Donc, nomme le deux dangers qui menacent l'éléphant.
Premier passant les voyants,
c'est
Madame
quels sont les
Adina.
dangers qui menacent l'éléphant? On a déjà vu un danger. Donc, certaines personnes chassent illégalement les éléphants. Il y a un autre danger.
Mot ou bien le groupe du mot que je peux effacer. Vas-y, Nicolas.
So they have a good presentations, you know, you can see it from the website, en français, en anglais, en chinois aussi. Okay, merci.
The next question is the parents concerning about they spend too long time before their computer. Is that possible to reduce to half of the summer camp?
Yeah, that's what I presented here. We have only 2 and a half an hour each day for study. So it's like not too much because we already think about it, the possibility to reduce the time of staring the computer. But you see, some parents say, okay, I'm at home, I can take care of my kids, they can have social. No, this is a good idea, but I don't think it's really, you know, the problem is now you can do it now even. Like, I explained it like for the socialization and for the time on the screen, you know. I think as here, we chose combination of online course and screen-free activities. The problem is that now you say, oh, it's a good time, we can even play around in the yard. But in the summer, it's very hot. How can you do it? It's very difficult. Instead, they have a small community in the class. When the student, usually the class number is one member is keep the same. Majority of them, so they have a small community. They know each other. They talk story each other. They learn each other. They talk story. And they hear the story from other friends. That's very, very good. And also, those like storytelling is not in the class. It's activity time. So if you want to reduce, you reduce the very excellent chance for the presentation to practice, to improve then the public speaking. So this is my view, because, and also it's very difficult because now this year many parents ask me, how about the tax return? We cannot do anything. We should follow the rule of the government. If the government say, okay, we do every year the tax return and send to the parents, so many years, as long as you know the elite college, you know that. But this year, how they will do? But like some parents, they have home office, so they need to put kids in somewhere somehow. In that case, the government should continue subsidy the family, because even the parents at home with the kids, but parents still need to do the work. They cannot stay with the kids all the time and to play with them. So if they have the summer camp, they can learn something and socialize with their classmates. So I think the government should also think about it. But regarding the tax return, as a rule, we cannot offer you for like few half time. This is not, I don't think the definition will allow you have the tax return. So this is my opinion. Thank you.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Is that a possibility to give the class in person on site? So
yeah, at the very beginning, I said is quite difficult because we study. So we put the students, like every student have 2 square meters, 4 square meters allocation. It's really, really difficult for us. And problem is in the summer, they will stay in the on-site camp for whole day. If you like only for 2 hours and you pick it up, it will be easy. But if they have lunch together, they have the break time together, we cannot imagine to keep them social distance. And if we infected, this is a big problem. I don't know. And I think if we want to be on site, we should get the permission from the government. I think if there is some trouble, the government can help immediately. So now we are not ready to have on-site camp, but maybe we still have 1 month. We will see, but it's really difficult because I'm afraid the infection of the kids, the teacher, and our staff. Thank you.
The next question is, I said, my daughter will go to grade 5 September. Which level of summer camp she's going to join? And do you have any classes for reading books and resume writing? So I think.
Yeah, for this case is for go to grade 4. They are pre-studying for grade 5. And I already mentioned all the students in the class now, in our classes now, we have decades of classes. If they don't have enough books, they can send an email to us. And as long as it's our student, we already, I can show you, we find a lot of books and try to share with the student. I can show you here for the digital books, like we have English and French. French, we have like Stephen King, and we have like album, a lot. And for the English too, we have a lot of books. We are ready to keep it here and ready to give it to the student, let them read. Because some storytelling time maybe use different books, but some I plan to have the same book and they will discuss in the different, student have different view and teacher will take care of the discussion and give them more like help to summarize and to have their own ideas about a book. Like this is English, yeah. In French, I have it too. This is English, Little Princess. So we will let them to read the same book maybe. Then they will, after reading, they will share the book, their ideas about the book. So this is not in the class time because usually we can't do it in the class time, but we will move it to the activity time because this we will spend more time on it. Then the teaching time will be more like knowledgeable teaching, not necessarily the, we will separate this one to the storytelling time in the activity time. Okay, thank you.
There's another question from the same parent, said how many students in each class?
Yeah, as I said, it's around 20, but like kindergarten, we are around 10, 15, you know, for the really big one, small one, even currently we keep it at 10. And all the English class, which we started later, is always keep around 20, which is a good size. And practically it's a very good classroom because I always join the class to see each other, to see the classes, and because I want a discipline too. So everything looks like good. Thank you.
When will the summer camp start? So you can check our website.
June 22 or maybe 23, because it depends on, first week we have 4 days. So if it's school finished in June 22, we will start in 22. But if they have the last day, June 22, we will start in June 23. But we have 4 days for the first week. So we will have because I think they should have the information later. So before the summer camp, we will send all the students the information regarding the document, regarding the schedule, everything more detail, much more detail than the website. Thank you.
Next question is the summer camp fee reduced since now it's only online? I paid it before.
What do you mean? I don't know. Let me see.
Yeah, it's the last
is it
question.
Reduced?
Yeah, can you? Yeah, she asked, can you reduce the price because it's online?
Oh, it's. I can tell you. Starting from 2004, when I started my the elite college, like the weekend price is $10 each hour. Now we still 17 years, we still $10 an hour. So we don't have a lot of room to reduce. But you know, the teacher's fee and the renting fee is few times increased already. We keep it in the good price because we have many students. We try our best. And also, like in the summer, I already promised my teachers, because you know, teaching online, the teachers are much harder than in the class. Some teachers, they refuse to teach because they said, oh, it's really too hard for me, for my brain, for my eyes. So I tell them, even all the break time, we will pay you. Because if you have the experience teaching online, because I make a lot of talking online, even few years, I know it's very hard. I give you an example. During the end of the August, I will give the lectures on the second entry exam. For the usually before I have like 20 hours for 2 days speaking. I'm tired, exhausted. But now, if I give it 2 hours or even a little bit, maybe 3 hours lecture online, I'm exhausted already. You know how hard it is. So you do understand how hard the teacher is. I should give them more compensation. That is reasonable, right? Okay, thanks a lot for your suggestion, but we cannot. Appreciate.
The next question is, are you going to evaluate the knowledge in French and math before grouping the children?
No, this year we cannot, because we tried before we do it. Even we give this way many years, but now we cannot, because last time for the midterm we make the open test. And the final, we will try to do it like we watch them. But you see, if we make the placement test, I want it will be reality, because some student will do something special. And that means, you know, no good result, not real result we can get. Because the families knows they want, because each family, they think my student should be a good one, and they want to go to the different classes, but they will do something special. I have no control, and we cannot do it on site. So this year we canceled, and we already sent the email to the registered students already. I personally, I want to continue to make it, but reality is not allowed. Thank you.
The next question is for grade 4, does the teacher's native language is French?
Yeah, sure. Like if with English, the native is English is native, and for the French, but some you see like the secondary 2, the mathematics it's a professor from Romania, but her French is not so native, but indeed her her teaching is so great. My student, she taught in our school already for like 80 years. And students like the teacher so much, so sometimes we should balance it. Either the teacher can get the knowledge or we want to perfect accent. You understand me? But, we majority of our teachers is their native language. But something I should mention you, like we have Quebec French, but many of the teachers, they speak French style French. So there is something different, but I don't think a student feel problem on that because it's not too much difference. There is some words, some letters are different pronunciation. Thank you.
And another question is still it's on can you give
and
us...
Okay, the current grade 4 teacher, very unfortunate, she won't be able to teach in the summer camp. She is working in the commission scolaire, and in the summer they have something to do. So she told me last week, actually a few days ago, she said she cannot join us in the summer. But she's a good teacher in the school board, commission scolaire, Marie Bourrin. Margaret is like the West Island French school board. Next question.
Another question is, can you give us 3 hours for those interested per day instead of 7 hours? 160 or 160 is too much for per week, and he really wants person join. Yeah, so
no, I said it's too difficult. If 3 hours is only start time, and also it's mixed, sometime in the morning, because we have like, if it's grade 5, we have so many different classes, and we should balance the teacher and the classrooms. And also, like if like grade 5, you join only for the 3 hours teaching hours, then how about the simulated test? For the other grade, I believe me, they really need some socialization. Regarding the price, I can tell you, when we do the summer camp in the Cégep Saint-Laurent, they're playing summer camp, they charge much higher than us. So many years. I worked in the Cégep Saint-Laurent for starting from 2009. It's already 12, 13 years. I know the price. We already, like I said, in the weekend price, we keep $10 each hour for 17 years. So how can we are forced to reduce, and also we should more compensate more for the online course for the teachers. So it's really difficult for us to make it. If we otherwise if we have some teachers we pay less, then the student time will be wasted. Some school I know they can make it less price, but the quality is you know, and you want good quality and you want a cheap price. It's really a conflict. But there is some schools, they have still really very good price, very low price. But you make a choice for your kids, how they get the result. Thank you.
The next question is, what is the biggest challenge while having online class comparing on-site class?
the biggest challenge is that how can we have the student really have a good vacation. So that's why like we initiate the program, and I still doing the prototype, make a try to have it like more useful in the class in the summer. And we will distribute it to our teachers, and the teacher will make the organization, and you know, give the student more confidence and let them to make the more practice. So, and also for the online course, also the discipline is very, very different. But now I think it's good because I will have my deputy specially assigned to take care of the discipline in the summer. She will go to each of the classroom to help the teacher to make the discipline, because I find one of my students, he played the game during the class. Then I ask the teachers to do something, and we will go there to do something. And even for the resume, like now is me. Last week I go to some classrooms. I ask a student to show me did it right or no. If the majority did it, but if someone really didn't do it, they will ask to submit 2 resume next week. So those are a little bit challenging because it's more distance. And also for the test, grade 5 similar test, it's more challenge also, because before we can tell them, okay, this way you can, you know, some students like careless, some students very slower. So we should tell them, you know, always, you know, make plot. Some students, when they make the test, they will see the skyline for the few minutes. They will play their pencil for a few minutes. So those things we should watch them. But I think maybe because we will have a smaller size, so we will ask them to open the video to see it, how we watch them, what they do, and we will teach them some good methodology, good way to do the exams. It will be helpful for the exams in the fall for second entry exam. Thank you.
The next question is, the parent asked, is that possible to register just one week, or no, just can they register like skip some weeks and register the another week?
Okay. The first, we cannot accept 1 week registration. No, it's too much. We have, if you make a registration, we have around 10 steps to make it properly recorded, because you want tax return at the end maybe. So it's a long time we not accept 1 week registration. But you not necessarily register the whole summer. You can choose some of the weeks, but I suggest you continuously. Don't like, okay, week 1, week 3, week 5, no good, because student will be jumping, because our courses are continuously. So he's learn something and stop, then learn something, then stop. It's not really good for the kids. Thank you.
So what's the minimum weeks? 2?
Yeah, 2-3 weeks right? It's okay. But some teachers, some parents tell me, can I ask register for 2 weeks? And if everything good, I will register again. I said, yes, it's okay. But if this condition is we have the space. Because if you are already registered, you want the school, okay, keep the size of the classroom smaller. So you say, oh, I'm already registered. I studied for 2 weeks and the kids like so much. Then I want to continue. I said, sorry. Because if you want to continue, we already have the student registered in this class. And you 2, 3, or 5 students, this class will be crazy big. It's unfair to the student registered already. And I can tell you, before even the summer camp, you know, some of the like students, especially they grow up here, they said, ha, you're crazy, you register me study in the summer. Crazy mommy, crazy daddy, you are too bad. But after 2 weeks, they say, go, register more. I want to there. I have the social, I have friends already. I want to stay with them. But before is okay. Recent years, no, because we already full. That's you might consider it. But another thing I can tell you that if you registered, you try to make everything in mind. You know, if you make change too much, really difficult. But the quality of the course, if you know the elite college, don't worry. I ensure you is good ones, because we already starting from March. We have the online course for already few months, and I have around 100 classes already each week. So I know how it works, how to make it better. And this is a very good experience for us for make a good summer. Thank you.
Next question is about what platform you will use for online class. Is that Zoom? I think yes.
Yes, Zoom.
Are you going to send us the syllabus? That means the outlines of the courses in advance of the camp.
We will give you the class schedule, each of the student before the summer, and yes, we will give it to you, but not the outline. Outline, because we distribute the document week by week, because students register in the different weeks. So we will distribute week by week. And so what kind of outline you want? If you have the whole session, you have all the document. If you have some session, you will have whatever you registered sessions. Thank you.
And how about do we need to print all the documents at home?
Yeah, no, we will provide you some information for, like, we will have the office in downtown will be opened. So you can pick up your document in the office, as long as we keep the social distance. But also, we might need like maybe 2,000 pages. But that is almost one toner. One toner is cost you around $20. So if you have a computer and you have a toner, and you can also print it. It's your choice. We will provide some information to you. One company they buy the REM, which means the good price for each for the different brand of the printers. And as long as you mention them, like I'm a student of elite colleges, they give you 80%, 20% discount. So all the information we will give it to you before the summer camp, the announcement or notice of the summer camp. Before the summer camp, maybe 1 week, or if we can, make 2 weeks. But we don't have a lot of time already. Today is May 27. To June 22, we have less than 1 month already. So we are not, and we will finish our registration next week, because after that time we cannot accommodate the student. It's impossible. Otherwise, we will get a bad plan and we get too much trouble. Thank you.
That's all the questions in the chat for now. Yeah. So
okay.
If anyone have questions, you can raise hand. You open your microphone and ask.
Okay. Thanks so much, everybody. Really appreciate to spend time and share the information with us. I hope everybody be healthy, and the loved ones in your family. And also, I hope you guys have a wonderful summer, especially for the kids. If they join the summer camp, we will try to make a good service. Believe me, I worked for this field for 17 years in Montreal, so we know how to make a good program. Even like storytelling is we initialized for the online, you know, and we will make 5 prototypes for that to ensure that the summertime will be excellent. So and you see, even we have the moderator, we choose a student to be the moderator. We give them the chance to promote themselves. So we will try our best to do our job. Okay, thanks so much. Really appreciate. Best wishes, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you, Stella. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Okay, I will end the meeting for now.
Okay, thank you.